Hello and welcome to the CNFT News, the real news, real nonsense network. We're your hosts, Scott Chestnut, Summer Horsegrave, and Tyler with Spaces. With the news brought to you by Will, Mr. FOMO, and we'd like to welcome you to the luxurious PNS Studios. That means Pistachio Network Studios.
Whatever you want it to mean.
PNS, the biggest
in NFTs.
Where we come to you live twice a week.
In color.
That's right. Recently, we upgraded to color cameras in the studio.
It was really expensive.
Pistachio was holding out for a while there.
He said, it's just as good, if not better, in black and white.
It's good enough for I Love Lucy. It's good enough for this.
Yeah.
We're here to bring you some real news and some real nonsense, and generally keep you filled in on the news and drops happening in CNFT. So file that away. We interview the biggest projects in the community. Sometimes things get a little weird because we like to have fun on this CNFT Odyssey
that we're all on together in this boat.
If you like this channel and want to support us, please give us a like and subscribe, and feel free to tell us who you might like to see appear on the show
in the comments.
Yes, definitely.
Or in the chat here, because we're live.
Tell us a joke. Tell us a joke. Give us a nonsense. Give us a would you rather question. We'll tell you.
We've got some fun ideas, and we love to tell you what we think about things. So let us know.
That's all we have.
And we'll let you know what we reckon, and we'll go from there. So we got some great guests today. We've got NFT-Link coming on. We've got CNFT Predator as well. I meant to wear
my shirt.
Oh yeah. Well,
I got one around here. Maybe I'll have a wardrobe change.
Yeah, you got a little bit of time before they come on. We'll be also talking about some news. We'll be covering the clay paper in some detail a little bit later.
A lot of detail, actually.
Yeah,
shout out to Will.
Yeah,
definitely. Great write-up. I mean, we got a lot of good stuff coming, friends. So
you need to know about clay, or else you're going to be the laughing stock of CNFT News. Hi.
Exactly. I guess another news in Patreon news, we sent out May's airdrop. It always takes us a couple weeks to finish it up and get it out, but it's out. It's in wallets. 10 patrons, 10 customized voicemail messages
Rolodex
by Mr. Pistachio. That's right. Yeah. So if you are a patron, check your wallet because you got something special waiting for you. We're going to show a couple of those on the show today. But for now, it's time for CNFT News. So let's go.
What up, Orion? About to give a shout out to my boy from the Jesus 2 server. I got love for you.
Jesus 2 is coming. I mean, Jesus 2 is here in CNFTs, but
he's gonna really grace us soon enough.
Gonna hit it even harder.
We definitely have to try to get him on again after the project drops.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
This is the only way to save us from being damned.
True.
So we got some updates from Eternal for that DApp out there. So Eternal DApp updates. Both MuesliSwap and CNFT.io are now available on the Eternal Wallet DApp browser. All right. What is the DApp browser? I mean, I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I personally haven't used it yet, but so you know how certain you can't buy NFTs on the marketplace on your phone. They essentially built in a whole browser into their wallet on their mobile wallet, so you can use JPEG Store. And now you can use
through their wallet.
all through the wallet. Yeah, it's super cool.
That's big news.
Yeah,
that's wild stuff. All right. Well, people are going to be buying and selling NFTs at CNFTCon.
Yeah.
They couldn't do it at the summit because it just wasn't, the technology wasn't there yet.
We had to pull out our laptops.
Yeah, we all had our laptops. So
it's all different. It's going to be so different.
Way.
What a wild, it feels like the Stone Age.
Well, the weird thing. You know what is funny though? We kind of were able to resell NFTs at CNFT at the summit because back then it wasn't the smart contract wallets. As long as you had access to your wallet on your phone, you're able to buy and sell stuff.
little
Yeah, I
different.
never did phone stuff my whole
Yeah, I haven't
career.
done that yet, but I'll have to gear up for that. Ninjas, Shards of Nirvana. Looks like
Nineva.
Ooh, why did I say Nirvana?
Kind of looks like it.
Nirvana. Nope, it's Nanava. Definitely different. Well, they've got a cool video here that will pop up without sound because we're afraid of copyright claims.
That's
every
true.
time we play a video, every time we get a copyright claim.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it here. What do we got?
Whoa, that's awesome. The Ada Ninjas announced that the playable alpha of their game, Ninjas, Shards of Nineveh, will go live on Friday, June 17th. That's tomorrow, people. What? The game will be playable to anyone with a Nami wallet. Just connect your wallet to play the game, and anyone holding a Ninjas NFT will receive a special skin within the game.
Hey.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Damn. Per an announcement in their Discord, the team has been having daily calls with potential VCs, venture capitalists, to help them fund and build this game. Nothing is set in stone yet, but lots of good conversations are taking place with some big VCs. They also wrote that one thing is for sure. Not many Cardano-based projects have reached out to or built with VCs yet, so there's a lot of curiosity amongst the people that they are speaking to.
Yeah, leading the charge. Look at this thing with some footage like that. Who wouldn't be interested?
Yeah, this looks really interesting.
We're just talking about how, lamenting that we didn't have enough games out there that were like actually games.
Yeah.
We have the Block Party games.
Yeah.
And, this.
Yeah.
Although this doesn't use your NFTs as characters. So I still got to give it to Block Party for now.
That's true.
We'll see how
But I'm sure Ninjas is on their way with
This is a totally
sure.
different experience. I mean, this is a completely different game. But yeah, it's pretty good.
Viking Power, what up? Cardano Thor.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, welcome.
Stream, no doubt.
Definitely. Yeah, for real. Like, can you imagine once we have games that are so amazing Cardano that we can like Twitch stream? I mean, like, wow.
I've been waiting.
That's a great idea.
I would love to just stream all sorts of games. I just don't know what people in this community are into,
Yeah, I mean, it'll be really cool once the games keep coming, then start streaming those. Yeah.
Speak of the damn devil, we must have.
Yeah, seriously.
Because.
Yeah. Well, I can take this one. So Cardano Thor put out a tweet earlier this week about the amount of members that certain CNFT Discord servers have, and going by the list, it's clear that some Discords are heavily botted, or it can be assumed that some Discords are heavily botted. As Thor wrote in the tweet, it would be nice to see if all projects were wiped of bots from their servers. These numbers are based off the servers that Thor is a member of, so it is not official numbers, but it's pretty official. But it is an official list. They will also added the number of Twitter followers that each project has to the spreadsheet that we have here. So with the top 10 comparison, comparing them to their Discord numbers. So as you can see here with Boss Cat Rocket Club, they're at 72,000 Discord members. On Twitter, they have 24,000. For Pavia, it's just under 70,000, but on Discord, they have over 70,000 followers, which makes a bit more sense. Space Bloods is 52,000. On Discord, it's 33.8 thousand. Overexposed is 45,000 on Discord, 13,000 followers on Twitter. And Cornucopious with under 40,000 Discord members and just over 40,000 members on Twitter. Yes, a little bit better. But yeah, it's clear to see.
I don't know,
But then you see like pixels, and it's like the same. It's like it doesn't have that. It seems.
Where is Pixels on the list?
Low, pretty. I mean, like. I don't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And it's like some of the people that I think of as the biggest communities are actually lower on there, but probably just because maybe they're keeping it tight or something.
Legit.
Wow, huge shout out to Will giving us links to all these projects and everything. Will's a god, dude.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Let's go to our next little thing here. NFT Maker has introduced a long-awaited pro auction feature. It allows you to hold auctions for your NFTs on your website using an address rather than, it's not through their interface, it's just an address. But of course, they handle the back end of that address.
Can you talk like an auctioneer?
Hey, bada bada, swing, bada bada, bada. No?
Do you want to get an NFT? You want to... It's really hard. But you have to
gotta
go to
have
some
something to
classes
say.
for
You
that.
gotta know what you
Yeah,
know.
Yeah, that's true.
Do I hear $5?
Do I hear $10,000 for Tyler's Aeon Never mind. I give up.
So the way it works, you set the auction end time, date, and minimum reserve price. Then the NFT maker generates a smart contract address where you send your NFT to be held. To bid, you send your ADA to the auction address. If you get outbid or don't meet the minimum bid, the contract will return your funds minus the transaction fees. So this is a blind auction. So you won't see what the current highest bid is. At the end of the auction, the highest bid will win, and the smart contract will automatically send the NFT plus 2 ADA minus transaction fees to the address that the bid came from. And thank you, Frog Dog, for letting us know in the in our space.
Club.
Yeah, that's great.
That's really interesting. I wonder what a completely blind auction would be like. That might be fun to try out.
You don't even know if anyone's even bid. I wonder if it's
that
blind.
would be wild.
I wonder if you can see
the
action
amounts
from the dashboard side.
Yeah. True. And I'm sure you could, if you have the address, you could probably find
do a little
searching.
I wonder if you did have that info on your dashboard, you could potentially let your community know as the auction was progressing. Obviously, it's not as advanced as I assume one day the auction system on NFT Maker Pro will be, but it exists, which is better than it did a couple days ago when it didn't exist. So
maybe on a similar note, real quick, I saw KFES put out a tweet this morning saying that they were thinking of releasing a piece just through bids on JPEG Store, so like sort of like an auction, but just through bids. Really?
That mermaid is so cool.
It's like a dead
mermaid.
Yeah, but it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and yeah, I really like that.
So next on our list here is the clay paper. We're gonna hold off on that because we got a lot. And, we're gonna wait until we have.
It's a thick volume.
We're thick with guests at the early part of our show here.
That's right.
So we'll get to that after we see some guests. So Charles is starting to get into NFT memes.
Interesting.
And, we're sure that he'll be a degen in no time.
Oh yeah. Oh great.
It says when your cat gets.
That's going to revitalize
NFTs.
the Cardano meme community even more. It won't just be Anthony out there making it because Charles is into it. So people will be like, I want to show Uncle Charles what I can do.
Call this guy a nerd. Oh my god.
I love Charles. That's a very boomer meme right there.
Yeah, man, that's pretty funny. Okay, good. Let's go.
Someone's frozen. Is it me? All right, guys. If I'm not frozen, let me know in the chat, and I'll continue. All right, yeah. All right. So I guess I'm not frozen. So there was a pool.pm update that came out to improve the user. So shout out to pool.pm. They're like one of the best tools we have in the space. So to improve user experience with audio album NFTs, pool.pm is now tracks and now chains automatically the songs in an NFT album, meaning that when one song finishes, the next one plays, which is kind of expected, but it wasn't the case before. But that's.
And
we're home.
We lost internet for some reason.
Really?
Damn. Yeah, it just turned off for a couple minutes.
It held it down.
I started doing the
Tyler.
The pool.pm.
Oh, you were telling
one.
Oh,
yeah.
Good,
the show must go on.
You're the pool.
Yeah.
You're the president.
I do love pool.pm.
Anyway, like I think we all. Basically, any pool PM show should probably generate.
Definitely.
He's an aficionado.
But one other thing that I didn't mention is that now it prevents tracks from playing simultaneously. So before, if you click multiple tracks, they would all play at the same time.
I've experienced that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So now we have a full-fledged audio player. Oh wait. Oh no, a full-fledged audio player and more is planned for the future from 12 p.m. So that's huge.
Hells yeah.
All right, and
Okay,
last
cool.
little story before we get to our first guest who has just arrived backstage.
Woo!
We got a little fan contest going on here. Parapanes fan art contest.
Panes NFT is holding an art contest asking for your takes on the Parapanes characters. And to enter, you just post your entry in their Memes and Fun Discord channel. Also, tweet your entry with the hashtags Parapanes fan art LFG row, which LF grow, and tag Panes NFT. So there are a few hashtag prerequisites. So make sure you get those in. I'm sure the Parapanes Twitter has it all on there though. And the entry deadline is June 18th at 5 p.m. UTC. Rewards are the gold prize, 2 random Parapanes. Silver is 200 ADA and bronze is 100 ADA.
All right. Get in there. Check it out.
Get a lot of money in your pocket.
Yeah. So that's brought us to the end of our news. We have, of course, clay paper to get to, but for now, we're going to bring out our first guest, I think. We're ready to jump into this thing?
Hell yeah.
Oh, well, actually, you know what? We have 2 minutes left. Let's play one of these voicemails.
Oh, yeah.
Should we do G-Sean?
He's
not here.
No, he's not here. Let's start with a failed artist. All right, so this is one of the Mr. Pistachio voicemail NFTs.
Wait, no, you got to do the full. This cuts off at the end. You should do the full one.
That's the full. It only cut off 20 seconds.
This is full?
Yeah, 2 minutes and 19 is full. I'm pretty sure.
Well, let's have a listen. If you're a patron, you might get a call like this.
This is Mr. Pistachio calling. I see your name is Failed Artist. Should I be calling you Failed or Artist? Just kidding, they're the same thing, am I right? Anyway, watched your movie and, it's pretty impressive to have a documentary made about yourself, especially if you're a failure. I mean, that's something I wouldn't have anticipated. But it seems to me that you're a bit of a hippie, so I don't expect for us to really see eye to eye. Although when I was a young boy, they called me Little Pistachio. It's L-I-L Pistachio. And back then I did idolize Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Joan Baez, all the greats, and now I just don't think they're so great. I've realized that they're a bunch of goddamn rapscallion degenerates, just like all my newscasters. They're basically the hippies of this generation is the damn S&M NFT scene. Starts to get my blood pressure up when I start talking about it. They told me to try meditation, but all I can do is think about how angry I am at everybody, and it just doesn't really serve me too well. But I see you're into daguerreotypes, and I'll have you know I was actually one of the first to ever pose for a daguerreotype. They said it almost broke the glass because I was so handsome when it developed. And I do think it's fascinating that a hippie like you would be into something so classic and wonderful. So I do have to give you some props for that. But regardless, I'm still going to have to sue you because I can see that you were walking on some of my private lands in your film. You have trespassed upon Pistachio private land. I am a landowner that owns a lot of land all around the world, and I am pretty sure you are on my land in this picture. Yeah, I'll see you in court, Buster.
Oh, man.
Welcome to our life.
What a guy.
But seriously, I've listened to those voicemails because we have access to his office sometimes. He asks us to do things. And he has divulged some really freaky stuff about his life in some of these, like some weird stuff. And some of them, you can tell he's drinking more and more as he gets to the Rolodex because he's like trying to get into a therapy session with some of these people. He's very obsessed with space, so it seems like people who are into space, he just wants to like bear his heart out too. So that's just what I've noticed.
Hey, what's up, G. Sean? I hope that you got your Mr. Pistachio voicemail, because we're gonna play it on the show later.
Yeah, I think Sean's is one of the best ones for sure.
All right, well, it's time now to go to our first special guest. That's right. You've all heard the name of CNFT Predator. Maybe you were too scared to look into what that could really be. Predators are scary. Sometimes they explode in a nuclear explosion, destroying the helicopter and the whole jungle. So hopefully we have a much more peaceful Predator experience today.
And many look at us as predators. Many look at us humans as predators all the time.
Well, we can't do this with our mouths.
That's true. Like the predator.
So, we've got that going for us.
That's true.
LFG.
Hello.
Hey.
What's up?
Welcome.
Hi, pleasure to meet you. Thank you for having me. I'm so out of context from your last audio. I have no idea what's going on. It's quite scary. But yeah, I'm
That's our
missing a lot of.
Yeah, that's our boss.
You know,
He's
All right.
He has
he's
some
not really
issues.
much like us. He's not a lot like us.
No.
So it's not surprising you would be lost. We try not to go off of his vibe,
Yeah, he's a little
Right.
wacky.
Well, anyway,
We'll
thank you
keep
for having me.
from him. We'll try.
Yeah,
We'll try.
he doesn't come on the show very often.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't watch
Yeah.
it. He doesn't know anything about NFTs.
Well, thank you very much for coming. We've been looking at your project, and it's very interesting. Could you actually give us a little overview for anyone?
And I want to
who's-
know what to call you. What to call you?
My name is Nick. Nick, you can call
Okay,
me.
there we
Yeah.
go.
Or Melon. People call me Melon usually.
Kind of like
We're using Melon app
Yeah,
to
we're
stream
using
this
Melon
right
app.
now. So
Right.
welcome home.
So it's actually not only my project. I made it with Zata. Eduardo, he goes by the name of Zata in the community. We both work for JPEG Store now. So basically about the Predator, I guess everybody's interested is, it's basically a notification system which watches the chain and notifies you about new listings for specific parameters you put. So for example, you can say, I want Clay Nation pitches below 600 ADA. It's going to notify you about all the Clay Nation pitches listed for below 600 ADA. You can also filter by traits, rarity, rewards, everything like imaginable, and we keep adding new stuff. So that's in short, but there's a lot of advanced features after, in build there, so to say. But that's like a brief overview.
I would definitely be using it so much more if I had money to be hunting the things I wanted right now. But one day, you better believe, I'll be stalking my prey a lot more often.
It's been a little bear market. It's been very low volume. In May, the sniping volume has been quite good in general, and the overall CNFT volume has been much higher. But now it's like a little calmed down. So yeah, we're just waiting for it to come back up.
Awesome.
Lots of great reviews. Everybody loves this thing. I'm very interested in giving it a shot. My question for you is, where does the data come from that you guys are scraping? How is that accessed?
Right. So we actually built CNFT Jungle as well for that purpose, to get data for sniping. And that was the sole purpose of that initially, and then it blew up so much that it's like kind of on its own now. But in general, the whole database was built just to support sniping.
Very interesting.
And
yeah. I think on a similar note, how do people get started with this? I know I've been trying to get into it before, but like there's like an access key and stuff. How do people get into?
There's actually a tab, if you see at the navbar NFT sniping. It gives you a brief overview of in general the features and how to get started. But in short, right now the access key generation is manual, so it's not automatic. So you send ADA to address, you open a ticket in Discord, we give you the key, answer your questions, and basically you have access to the extension.
So is that like a one-time payment or a yearly payment? Or?
Well, when we launched to build trust, we minted NFT passes. Lifetime NFT passes. So if you hold one of these, you have like Apex tier, one of our tiers for lifetime without subscription fee. But in general, it's recurring monthly thing.
So when did you look at like when did all of this start brewing in your mind? When did y'all decide to like get out there, or were you immediately like, we need we need help here, the community? I mean,
Right. You mean how initially the whole extension idea sniping started? Yeah. So back in November, I accidentally it was built back in November, and I saw something similar on Ethereum. I think it was Ryzen called, and I saw that similar, say, lifetime passes for that extension go for like $20,000 a piece on Ethereum. And I was like, well, that's an interesting project on Cardano. There's nothing like this. It was basically a developer interest to try and build something like it. Just sounded cool, you know. And then basically, I was lacking knowledge myself of blockchain itself, so I needed someone who knows this stuff. And then I was scrolling Discord at the time to try to find like a co-founder to build it with, and then I accidentally found Zata, who that's how it all started. I randomly, absolutely randomly, in the Discord. He had a link to his like very old. He built a database back then. It's called CNFTcompanion.io, I think, and it's a very very old project. But I saw in that what I would need, and then basically we built everything else together.
Pretty crazy how around here you just like find the perfect person that you should build with, and you don't even have to go through like finding a bunch of people and people not working, because like people are all so cool. It just kind of
yeah, for sure. It was absolutely random, and it's one of those you know how like in like successful people, when they talk about how the company started, they always say like it's hard work, but it's also a lot of luck. So if I ever get there and somebody ever asks me that question, I'll say that that was the lucky moment basically of meeting the right person.
Yeah.
How I had a separate question if you want to.
Oh, just saying, just putting yourself out there. You know, there's luck, and then there's just kind of being present in places that make sense to be present for what you're trying to do. You know, there's
and it gets attracted.
Yeah, I think we can add our
we don't
own
even
luck
know
to
about
an
it,
extent,
but it's happening
but
on a level.
Still gotta roll well, you know.
Still right got a dice roll in there to be sure. Yeah,
for sure. We basically the whole thing, 7 days a week, maybe 16 hours a day, building for months, and then here we are.
How many?
Somewhere in there.
Somewhere, yeah. Go ahead, Tyler.
How many people are using it? Are currently on like using the system? Do you have those numbers?
The sniping itself, I don't track. We have a couple different tiers. Like we have the most expensive tier, the sort of VIP customers that I track them very closely, but the rest I don't really track. We try to keep the user count balanced so that the user count balances with profits. In current market, it's very hard because it's so low volume that so few trades actually that like usually the snipes are percentage of the trades, and there's very few trades and there's very few snipes. So right now it's very hard to balance. But in general, I can give you numbers. The extension is used by more than 2,000 people, but the sniping part itself, like maybe less than 100, somewhere around that.
So can you describe the process? What is sniping?
If you could show us actually too, that'd be really cool.
Am I? Wait,
you're set up for that, but you can screen share there at the bottom. If
I can screen share 1 second. Let me try that. I can show an example of the thing. Wait a second. Sure.
Also, what are the? Sorry, throwing questions at you, but the Apex.
You see my screen? This one.
I think it's pulled up, Trevor.
There it is.
Oh, yeah. Right. So here's the extension view. Designed by me. So there's no. It's very technical, but it works. But in short, like the simplest thing you can do right now, what Melting Moonboy is minting. So you can, this is how you create a snipe. There are different types like price, rarity, and trades. But in short, for example, you can put something like, 1 second, let me change settings so I don't get overwhelmed with notification. Anyway, so Melting Moon Boy is minting right now, so let's set up a guaranteed high hunt, so below 10,000 ADA, so it's guaranteed to hit. Then you have there you go, instantly almost. So basically, we open this page for you. This is a different page, it's not a marketplace page.
Wow.
And it gives you info about rank, collection floor, and then trade floors, and some other info. Build a transaction for you, so you don't have to actually waste time opening a marketplace.
That's really
Yeah, so you can instantly from the sign transaction snipe the asset. And also you have trade floors, which is quite important to, instantly visible. So if it's orange color, then it's negative profit. If it's would be pink, I think it's the best, like some 500 plus profit. If it's green, it's so it's instantly visible, so you don't have to waste time on checking one sniping. So yeah, so that's in short how it works. Yeah, and then if you look from extension view, you can search for like specific asset name or specific asset number. So you can basically not look for even trades. You can just look for like specific assets and get notification for that. And a bunch of different things here, like a bunch of different advanced features and their combination as well. You can look for specific trades or a trade combination. So for example, if you want clay pitches, you'd have to select size of like medium and then the like territory land, like baked nation. So you can combine that, and then you can search for trade floors or dynamic trade floors. So basically you can say, I want medium clay nation pitch in baked nation if it's listed below 20% of the medium size floor. So things like that.
And what's the harpoon there? I saw
that's the thing I was talking about. That's exactly so for example, the harpoons are just the dynamic floor hunts. So basically I can say so right now Chilled Kong's floor is like 2400 ish, and maybe it's a little delayed, but I can say that if it's listed 20% below the current floor, notify me, and the floor updates like 1 minute interval here.
So like if you have like something set up like that you're searching for, and you set it like an hour ago, and you're just like searching Twitter, and one of the NFTs like hits that buy, what happens? Is it like open up like a new page like it did here, or?
Yeah, it opens a new tab, exactly.
Okay, so that's cool.
Yeah, and yeah, it creates a transaction for you. So it's instant. I didn't even like. I clicked the play, the card, the hunt.
Because there's so
resume.
many, yeah,
and it just instantly hit it. So yeah, so that's basically in short how it works. And also, in general, sniping right now is manual because there's not enough bots running to snipe assets. I say there are plenty of snipes of like Kong, like typo snipes we call them. So for example, Chilled Kong can be accidentally listed for 30 ADA, right? And on other chains, there is no way somebody is sniping that manually because there's so many auto sniping. But at Cardano, there's very few of that. So in general, what we're doing right now to counter it and benefit our users as well is like we minted recently a collection of Vanda cats. It's a symbol of jungle. And every error we show on jungle is like you see this cat. So we minted that collection of those. But anyway, if you hold that one, you'll have access to like private jungle analytics, so private graphs and stuff in the future. But also you'll have a little profit sharing from auto sniping that we're building ourselves. So say in the future you won't ever see snipes of manual snipes rather of like Spacebot 400 ADA. It's going to be always automatic. And we want to capture that market as well of automatic sniping and also benefit the holders with some percentage.
That is really interesting that we don't see much of that yet.
Yeah, for sure. We already see auto sniping. So, for example, for Cornucopia mint, like our customers complain that there's a wallet that auto snipes it. But now with the new JPEG contract, it became much harder because they switched something from metadata, so you now have to parse it basically. And that wallet of auto sniping is going to take like the guy who built it a while to like to change the system to account for that. But anyway, so we're also like moving in that direction as well of auto sniping.
So like, what happens if like there are a ton of people auto sniping? Is it just come down to luck? Whoever gets the
it doesn't come down to luck. Improve the latency of both.
Sorry, lost.
There's other ways to improve. There's other ways to improve latency of both knowing when something is listed and then buying it. So it's very like in-depth technical advanced things. I don't know how to do it. It's handled by a guy that I found luckily, but yes, there's other way you can improve the speed of auto buying, but usually even our customers, like say if it's a severe typo like conk for 30 ADA, like a couple snipes like that, like our customers contact the person and try to like negotiate for the mistake. One other thing that is quite upsettingly common is those scammed assets listed for floors. So if somebody scams an asset, like recently, what was it? Was Cat Rocket Club, and a very rare one, let's say, and then they instantly list them for floor, and then obviously our user gets notified for that. So that's quite common, and I myself sniped a couple of assets that I just returned for free for floor. For example, the cabins, Ape Society cabins. Yeah, it was. The guy just got scammed of a bunch of apes and cabins. Opened a JPEG ticket saying that, hey, I got scammed, and it was in my wallet because I bought one of them, so I had to return it. But it's quite upsettingly common. So unfortunately, but I hope that people are going to be more careful. Yeah, but people are finding more and more ways to scam other people. For example, recently, like be really careful. If you type JPEG store in Google, there's an ad for a fake site now. So we're trying to report it, but so those things exist even to that extent.
Oh, it's nice you sent it back. That was a nice gesture. It's always sad when you get scammed. Tyler's nearly avoided it a couple of times. Wait, no, it was near misses. You did miss it.
Yeah, I didn't get it. Knock on wood, but
tools and everything.
For real.
So I was just curious, back to the NFT Predator, those NFTs that gave lifetime access. I'm just curious what those are. How would someone find those?
Right. It's called on JPEG Predator Hunt, the collection. It was originally minted for 50 ADA a piece, and then for 100. Now the floor is 1,500.
Yeah, there's not many listed, and a lot of sales too. Good volume. Clearly, a lot of interest in this project, even during this.
And the owner count is 112, while the supply is 120. So almost there's no whales. So,
wow.
But at the start, there was one guy who bought, I think, 25 passes for 100, and back then it seemed crazy to me, but that was apparently a smart person.
Oh, that was
He's done good.
That was really smart.
Yeah.
So you've got a very interesting timeline here with all these different projects and where you're at. So I'd just like to hear, about your journey. You've got CNFT Jungle, you've got Predator, you've got now JPEG Store. Like, what's up? Where did you start? How did you get
into Cardano?
Yeah, very interesting.
How did I start with Cardano? I don't recall. I don't recall how I got here, but I think when I was looking, like in general, like I had 2 full-time jobs. I really want to escape it, and the blockchain, like I think it's a very common story that it's a future, it's a hype, it's a very hyped and well-paid developer career. But so every developer peaks there once in a while, but without projects or in general any developer job in any industry, if you don't have previous projects in that industry, it's more complex to get there if you do. So I wanted to build one to potentially then apply and say, hey, I built that in the blockchain, I have some experience. So when I was choosing the chain, I saw that Ethereum and Solana was very saturated already. a bunch of tools that like this already existed, but Cardano didn't. Well, so basically,
It was a strategic decision to move in.
yeah, very strategic decision. Yeah, everything has been thought through. I knew exactly what I'm gonna be. No, well, it was quite random.
That's how we felt with art to an extent too.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, how are we gonna find our people here? How are we gonna find people to connect with and appreciate when it's just there's so much happening?
We started on Ethereum.
Yeah, we were on Ethereum. Yeah,
right.
So definitely feel that.
Okay, so you came in and you started work. So obviously CNFT Jungle then was first.
No, the Predator was first, and then we're like, okay, we got just basic floor snipes to notify about. Basically, the Predator was first. The initial one we started was only CNFT.io, and it was a huge advantage with auto reserve. So basically, what we first started is we were opening a listing and auto reserving it. So nobody could reserve it out, and that was like a huge advantage. But then, as the smart contracts involved, we had to adjust and stuff. But the floor snaps came first, and then we were like, okay, what's the end goal? So we would need trade snaps. That's the like peak, or so we thought back then. So how do we do that? We need a database of all the trades, but also we need them to be filterable and parsable. So, for example, Pool PM right now has pure on-chain data, but you can't like search by trades. So yeah, we needed to be able to search by trades and to give UI that will be just select a trade and then you'll be notified about the trade. So then we built Jungle, and then came more advanced snaps that we didn't even think back then about. And I think in general, like looking through all the tools on all the chains, our like very humble opinion, but I think in general the whole idea was when like NFT traders, like the big whales, right? They're looking for the tools that will help them make money. And if the chain is not going to have those tools, they're not going to just trade there. So in general, the idea is to create the best possible advanced tools for specifically those people. To basically see that Cardano is advanced enough so they can join.
Yes.
That's really smart.
I think you did a good job showing that.
Yeah, that is a really interesting point too. Like we gotta have like the tools.
Yeah. In general, I think what we saw a gap in like quality tools when we joined, and it still exists now. And it's very hard to like from existing tools. If I would be coming from the other chains and I saw the current existing tools in the market, I would just think that Cardano is very immature in terms of in terms of NFT space. But we're slowly picking up in general.
We're third now in volume. Not bad. Getting there.
Yeah, for sure.
Coming up ahead, taking the long road.
Yeah, pretty sure we can do better.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Pushing it takes time, but it also takes people like you out there building stuff. So it's really great to have you and to get a better look at this. I wasn't aware of some of the backstory and what came first. I'd always heard CNFT Predator here and there. I wish that I had plugged into it last year. I don't know how I just 100%. Didn't. I really don't know. I feel like I completely missed the boat there.
I mean, it's a niche. It's not. It just saves time to most of the people. So, on the very hyped collection, it's very competitive. Like usually, for example, for Seagulls, right, when there's like a peak market and very high volume, we saw a screenshot of like 20 transactions at the same time from our users for one asset. So it's very competitive.
That's really funny.
Yeah, but in general, I think the whole the way I saw it back then when starting, I think it's a perfect business model because it both saves people time and money. So right, you can just pass, like say, even if you only track one collection, like you're very big on equine, for example, horses, and like refreshing and searching for trades daily is very time consuming, right? So you have to refresh multiple times a day, you have to filter, but even if you only track one collection, you can still use the extension and just get notified for that specific one collection that you only need. So I think everybody can find use for that and to save themselves much time.
So have you landed any sweet deals with this thing yourself?
Yeah, what's the sweetest deal Or what's the sweetest deal you've seen? Maybe.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, maybe not
Oh
you.
yeah. That's yeah.
I myself don't snipe much apart from Yumi's. I flex with them on my Twitter mostly.
Nice.
So we have a sort of unverbal agreement that we don't interfere with customers. We don't snipe ourselves apart from Yumi for me. So I did snipe a bunch of
grandfathered in.
yeah. So I did snipe like a bunch of 10,000 rewards like for Yumi's for floor throughout the times. So yes, that's the only collection I really track. But the biggest in general profit I've seen, I think, is the space bought for like 5,000 ADA and sold almost instantly for like 12,000. Because it had like some. I'm not really big on spacebot trades, but it was some combination of like clean spacebot without belts, helmet. I don't know. But anyway, the guy was really like instantly hyped about it, and he exactly knew what he had. But yeah, there are a couple of big snaps like that. I think in even like probably the biggest one is like 10,000 profit. Somebody bought Boss Cat for the floor, which is rank 9 or something, and then sold it for like It was a scammed asset. It was a scammed asset. That's it. So and then the Boss Cat team reached out to us and to the guy, and they negotiated some deal. I don't know the details or if the user actually sold it, but that was the case. But in general, I think most of the people do a lot of small trades. And I know for sure that in general, the subscription paid itself for most of the people for May for sure. The June has been very empty for everyone, so it really depends on like it's out of our reach, right?
Things are doing, it's gonna be like this.
Yeah.
You gotta
building up.
Energy
Energy is building up so that it can take off again.
Yes, it might be a little bit. But hey, we're here.
Yeah, it is really picking up right now. Right in the past hour.
Ada is gonna hit a burnout, just like we could hit a burnout if we don't go sometimes.
Yes.
We are coming right up to the end of our segment here.
Wow,
is there anything else you want? I know it flew right by. It's a lot of good info. But is there anything you want to squeeze in or shout outs?
Shout outs. Well, shout out to you guys for having me here. Shout out to our co-founder Zada, who doesn't really like to talk, but really likes to watch. But anyway, one thing I would like to say in general to people is to do more research. Don't get scammed, and please educate yourself about NFT rarities, because one of the biggest questions in general in all the discourse is like, why are rarities from CNFT tools and Jungle different? Well, the simple answer is because there's like 5 or 10 different formulas you can use, and they'll be like vastly different. So I wish people just did more research in that and wouldn't, you know what I'm saying. You probably have been in discourse and like because every time people start on this topic, it's a whole war in discourse. So I hope it ends and people understand that they're just different formulas. So yeah, that's
everybody's learning, and sometimes they can be wild while they're learning.
If you know what you're doing, though, you might end up like Congo Jack, who can't count anymore how much ADA that they made off
that's
of
a good
predator.
testimonial.
So go and write a review of the extension, Congo Jack. That's your homework. Chrome extension. Write that down.
Well, I hope Congo Jack tipped us some, because we accept tips.
Yeah. So step their way.
Hey,
come on,
nice.
Congo.
Well, maybe that's one last question. If someone like wanted to test out CNFT Predator, is there like a free option? I think I saw something about that one. Or...
There used to be, but now there's not.
Oh, okay.
Unless I really like you.
Okay, so what's the?
So don't be friends with Melon, and that's your best bet.
And if you ask really nicely, maybe.
So get a really well worded, sweet, polite.
Really
send us some cards.
Yeah. Or an NFT.
All right. Well, this has been a lovely segment. I'm very glad to have had you. Great to learn more about the project, and then
appreciate it.
How it just connected a lot better than when I was trying to read about it. So,
and we'll be more strategic in our future. Any
awesome.
things we can use.
Awesome. If you have any giveaways in mind, you can always hit me up.
All right.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, until next time.
Awesome. Have
Yeah,
fun.
thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
All right. Now,
That's crazy.
our next guest is locked and loaded.
I see a backstage
In
full
the
of
hopper,
sweet NFT.
ready to go, but they
peeps.
got to wait for 8 minutes because we have a couple things to show off here that we'd like to do. We've got another one of these pistachio voicemails to play, but we also want to show the Stella Card for today.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Street mime.
She is.
Yeah.
Every week, every Thursday, we put up a new Stella Card for a 24-hour auction. Usually we use our Discord. Are we doing that again today?
Yeah, we are today.
We may be
Yeah.
moving. We
we're
may be
up for
moving to the NFT
experimentation.
Maker auction house.
Maybe. I didn't know it was a blind auction,
Well, it's
so
blind,
we're gonna have
yeah.
to do some
Oh yeah, true. That's
testing.
true.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully we can move to the JPEG. soon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, let's take a look at this.
Look,
card.
we're seeing a lot of people right now about auctions.
A lot of interest in Stella.
I mean, it is a lot of fun in the Discord too, with people replying and stuff.
Yeah, dude,
Um,
it totally
Discord's
is.
fun.
Yeah.
So here she is, Street Mime.
Yes.
24.
The
Mhm.
clearest image of the artwork behind her too.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like was this added there? The water. Did you guys add that there?
No, that's been there this whole time. In fact, you can see it
Really?
right behind us. You remember this?
Oh wow, I've never noticed it. That's crazy.
It's flooding New Orleans.
Yeah, well,
Typical.
exactly. Oh, Sean got his voicemail. Sean, we're gonna play that on the show here right after this.
Give us
Stella
the
Card.
okay. I
If-
feel
if
like
that's
it's okay.
cool. I
Yeah.
think it probably will be, but
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at this. What do we got today?
Yeah, so it's Stella Card number 24. Of course, a 1 of 1 as always. We have our top stories, which we already pretty much went over. Our special guests, and our sponsor for today, which is Springboard.
We will be talking about during the Drop It Like It's Hot segment.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. We have some stats here as always. If anyone's new here, the Stella Cards always have a ton of stats, news, and nonsense from the space.
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly balanced recipe.
Yes.
As all things should be.
So the 7-day volume is just under 4.5 million, and we're a little bit down. 34,
Now,
almost 35.
what?
It's a little bit down.
We're down today,
We're
everyone.
down.
But that's okay.
We're really down. Same with 7 days total sales. The Regal
What goes
location.
down must come up. I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
That's true. I've heard that. Regal locutions are silent, illusory, imaginary flow secrecy.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
a clandestine locutions.
She might be a
That's a
street
cool one.
mime, but she's doing some other things too. The
And
street
what else?
miming is her cover.
And her inner thoughts are silent today.
That
She
this
has
is
no-
this is the first time that's ever happened, unprecedented.
Mhm.
Because she talks with her thoughts to us. That's how she talks on
Yeah.
the plane of existence. So if she spoke, it would disrupt the miming and
Even when she was sick, she still gave us a thought. It was like blah blah blah, but
that's right.
she still talked.
It was
That's right.
congestion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ada price is a little bit lower now than it was when I was making this card. But 50 cents. We're at 5,200,000 NFTs made. We got a lot of policy IDs. And our top stories like we had before. And something cool that I noticed with the 7-day top projects is most of these are metaverse projects. We have Cornucopias, Pavia, and Clay Pitches on the same Stella Card, which is pretty cool.
Yes,
With the other
hot for right now.
yeah. With the other projects being Space Buds and Boss Cat Rocket Club, which has made its first.
Space and metaverse is
Yeah.
surprising
Oh
when
yeah,
you really
that's
think
right.
about it.
That's true. Yeah, Cornucopias
True.
combines them.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is the first card in a while Boss Cat Rocket Club has been on. So
They're
interesting.
back.
They're back.
Guess who's back? BCRC.
So if you're interested in the Stella Card, this is the 24th that has ever been created. It's
Whoa.
on auction.
We're
in
about to
our
hit
Discord
our
channel.
Quarter of a centennial, 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to bid, if anyone wants to bid, I gotta add everyone too, I forgot. But just 2 exclamation marks. Bid and then the price.
Very cool. So
GM.
good. Now we only have a couple minutes left, so we're gonna squeeze in this lovely message from Mr. Pistachio.
To one of just longtime CNFT news viewer, G-Sean Walker, and I just feel really bad that G-Sean has to get this kind of treatment the way we have, but it's not surprising. He was tired of yelling at us. So.
Yeah, we really have to apologize to all of our patrons. We didn't know that this is what would happen with putting you guys on Mr. Pistachio's all
we knew we were going to mint it as an NFT, but we figured you were already hit with it, so you might as well.
Yeah, we didn't expect him to go.
Our apologies to the abused party.
Hello, this is Mr. Pistachio calling. I see your name is G-Sean Walker. I suppose you think you're some kind of a gangster or something. I don't know why else you would put G for your name. I see you're also part of a cult, so I'm not really surprised. Actually, I've been thinking about how this S&M NFT thing seems an awful lot like a cult, and I'm just waiting for Scott and Dougie to ask me for some white Nikes and Kool-Aid, if you know what I mean, right? But I don't ever get too deep into that stuff. I'm a cult of one. I would be the cult leader. I think we can all see that I would be the leader if we were to have a cult. But I appreciate the capitalist model quite a bit more. Cults are a bit too communist for me, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I see that you are some kind of a skateboarder like Tony Hawk or something. Well, I'll tell you what I do with skateboarders. They skate in the damn CNFT News parking lot, and I go out there and I throw newspapers at them. And I get thrown, and then if I don't feel like dealing with them, then I just call my guards and they throw them in the news tank. It's underground, and sometimes I go there and torture people, but it's fine. It's just how I blow up a little steam. Everybody needs to. But I did actually find out one of the skateboarders that I tortured one time was actually Dougie's friends that he invited to the news station. So that was a little awkward. I had to do a few payouts here and there, but yeah. So I just wanted to call you because I've heard that even though you're part of some sort of cult, you're one of the most popular, just like one of the most important news viewers. And I just want you to know that you are not more important than me, Mr. Sean, Mr. Gangster Sean, all right? And I don't really like it when people are getting more attention than I am. They don't deserve it. I deserve it. And so I just wanted to tell you to go listen to your music and lay off of the PNS. Don't go too hard on the PNS. Alright? Pistachio out. If I have to talk to you again, it ain't gonna be a warning.
Wow, I'm surprised he didn't sue him.
Abuse. I know, right?
He just admitted to some really dark stuff that I didn't even know was happening here, frankly.
Pretty slush.
Jeez.
I feel like Dougie's the only one that knows about the news tank until now.
Coming out.
He must be printing those get out of jail free cards really a lot.
To break character for a second, I think these might be the most personalized NFTs I've ever seen on Cardano, honestly. I can't think of anything more personal, and that's super cool.
Yeah, we should definitely keep
There's a lot more. There's 8 more. So we'll play them as the month goes and our shows go. We'll play probably all of them. Well, no, because we use people's real names because they sign up through the Patreon. So they have to give us the okay. But if they do, we did G-Sean because he's always flashing his gangster signs around. So
he's already famous.
All right, well, we got to move now to our next guest. Here we go. It's NFT-Link. Can you believe it? They're here by popular demand, and everyone's ready. So let's bring them on.
Hey, welcome.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Glad to be back. Long time no see.
Look at this. I see Fabs' bike back there. That's good that he still got his bike. He didn't
Still on the wall.
Keep it on.
And Filippo over here has an awesome new setup, looking really cool over there. I like it.
Thank
You
you.
moved, huh? You moved house.
Yeah, I moved in with my girlfriend now.
Very cool.
Mhm. Well, yeah, welcome, guys. We're excited to
Rat-a-tat.
chat about the
Hello.
latest. You guys have been all over the place. We've gotten a few NFTLs in our house.
God
We're
damn it,
excited.
Yeah,
Brad.
I was just
on.
like, I have them like all over my room. I got
Hold
Yeah.
on.
yeah, hold on. I got this guy right here. I got
Oh,
my
yeah.
sweatshirt over there. I got my
Let's go.
cards in my closet.
Yeah, we've got another one coming in. Summer's found one of our Phantasmagoria pieces, which is a wearable one of one NFT flash
Ooh, yeah.
shirt.
I'm very jealous of this one.
She's putting that on right now. But yeah, we're excited. How have things been out there? Are you seeing more people into NFTL?
Yeah, I think I start right. So yeah, I think first we have to say greetings from Keno. He can't join today. He's still with us every day, working hard.
Nice.
So best greetings from Keno, and yeah, we are still 3 people here. So Brad, I don't know if you know him, already joined the NFT-Link team. He's a very valuable team member for us. We highly appreciate that. And later on, I think we explain a bit what he brings to the team and where we go as well with NFT-Link.
Rat, I'm sure you're a real badass if you joined up with these folks.
Mm.
Thank you.
Damn.
I have to apologize before introducing myself. Sorry for the no cam, guys. I'm still waiting on my NFT-Link merge before putting that one on. So
That's fair.
next time. Thanks for inviting me on the show.
Yeah, no, we do this all the time. That's
Yeah, we have people with no
Yeah,
cameras.
it's great.
Very cool. So NFTL, of course, is a project that links physical items to NFTs through
In the
NFC technology. So NFC to NFT, and there we are.
With great ease.
That would be
Yeah.
such a cool slogan, actually.
Say it again.
NFC to NFT, right? Yeah, that's okay. It's all yours.
Do what you will with it.
So yeah, maybe you could tell us, excuse me, a little bit more about it, for the layperson.
Yeah, I think I start with an introduction, what we did, how we started. So I mentioned that in the last interview already. I think it started all with our Sweet Fellas project, because there the first item was linked. So we had a physical item which was basically a shirt, and that was linked to a specific NFT by David, our artist in the Sweet Fellas team.
Shout out, David.
Yes, exactly. So with that, we thought about the process. Hey, how can we connect the physical world to NFTs, to bring also people to the space who never thought about NFTs and the CNFT space. And after that, we had several projects together with other teams. So our target with NFT-Link is we help out other teams, we support teams to find a physical connection for their project. So other projects can contact us, and then we find a very individual solution. And we find something they are looking for, and we support it with technical support, and then physical production and also shipment worldwide and all these things. So we started pretty easy, and on the way we had a lot of issues as well. So global shipping is of course not easy. Handling customs, handling countries like Asian countries is of course logistics. There are some difficulties on the way, and we learned a lot to say it in an easy approach. And it was fun, and we also did a lot of background work to optimize our full thing, our full logistics system, for example. So we work together with Claymates, of course, with several items. So first with Good Charlotte and Claymates together. Later on, we did this collaboration with Clayfellas. So it was a collaboration between Sweetfellas and Claymates. A recent product from NFT-Link was this card game here.
Yay, we got
Yes,
our
I got mine
cards.
too.
We got those.
So
That's
amazing.
good. So you have a lot of cards. You have a card deck,
Blasphemy.
and
You gotta leave them in the pack. You can't take them.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tyler.
okay, I have one open.
Yeah.
And
Tyler's very particular about that.
that's
But
good.
I've never been more worried about things in the mail than when my NFTL things were coming. With the shirt, with the hoodie, I was flipping my shit about that hoodie
Yeah.
for sure. I was like, why is it taking so long? Is it okay? Is it okay? Is it okay? It didn't
Yeah.
actually take so long.
Just
It
extra
felt
worries.
like a long time.
Yeah.
We get this stress as well.
Yeah.
Of course, we can't distribute in the same speed like distributing an NFT on the Cardano blockchain, especially
Right.
because then it's being there. With this piece, we had first a new system where the customer will receive the physical item first, and then the customer, and that is minted, of course, already, can hold the phone to it. And now it links to the specific NFT connected to this card
Do
game.
that again. I
Oh
want to
yeah,
see
yeah.
it big. That's
Okay.
what we like.
Card game, phone, and I have to see where my scanner is.
There
And
you
here,
go.
the
Ooh,
NFT
straight
NFT
to
pop.
So
Yeah.
easy. Yeah.
What blew my mind too was the first time you did it, it brought you to the NFT maker page to mint it, and then after it's minted, you do it, and the same thing brings you to the Pool PM link. So that blew my mind. I wasn't expecting that.
Link. Yeah, we were discussing how you accomplished that. What was the how'd that work?
Yeah, I think Brad can tell you way more details. So he's the master of that. We host our own server to see if people minted the NFTs already, and then we switch to the NFT. And I think Brad will also explain later what we want to achieve later on. But now we go to Pool PM, but later on we go to a very special system dedicated to NFT links. What I already want to say is with this chip inside your physical item, you can connect very deeply to your customer at the end. So it's a connection between the artist or the project and the one who holds physical item and also the NFT. Because May on Christmas, you scan your chip and you see a special airdrop or an interview by the artist. You can do a lot of things, and we brainstorm about a lot of different things coming in when you have a physical item, which is a connection between the project and all around the world holding this item. Minting over the physical item is also cool. So we think that because you have a very good bot protection, because there needs to be a real person. He has to hold this piece in his hands, and then it's a pretty relaxed minting process. No rush. You don't need to be there F5 pressing it until the release happens. So just to give some ideas already, that's something we want to optimize further and further, having these connections between physicals and NFTs.
Well, I think y'all are very appropriate people to be doing that. I mean, like Sweetfellas was one of the first projects that felt really connected and in that way, and so I've just always been really happy that y'all are leading the charge with this.
Awesome, thanks.
So did this kind of like, I know I saw you guys talk about it before, but like did NFTL like come from Sweetfellas, or was it like two projects that you guys came into the space with, or how did that play out?
Filippo, you want to go for it?
Sure. So it was initially just a Sweetfellas project that already exists. Like Sweetfellas existed prior to Sweetfellas NFT. It was a like an art and clothing brand that was established. I don't want to lie. It was 2014 or 2017, and then Kino, for like a pretty good friend of mine that I already know from like when I was 16, I asked him if he wanted to do something together on the Cardano blockchain, and then that's how Sweetfellas started. And since Sweetfellas was a art and clothing brand, we wanted to keep the spirit of this alive and introduce clothing to the Cardano blockchain. And that's when the idea of linking physical items or clothing to the NFTs, because we were thinking, what are NFTs for? And NFTs are there to certify things. So what better way to use the NFTs than to actually certify physical things? And this was how the idea was kind of like started. And I don't know when exactly NFT-Link started, because I think there was very good, people really like what we did with the shirts. And so people, I don't know if it was already a first project that asked us if we could provide the same service to them, or people just giving us like lots of props for doing that, and then we just thought further and this emerged, but something along those lines. And then we just really had full on into the NFT-Link thing.
And I think it's so cool that y'all actually like hand screen printed all of these. It wasn't just like churning them out. It was like there are burned copies, not burned, but you know what I mean. There's like dud copies, which are the rarest ones. I'll never stop obsessing about getting one of those.
Real quick before we go off the Sweetfellas thing, I do want to show something real quick.
Oh yeah, sure. Oh
yeah. I was in a road trip the other day for like 6 hours, and I did a little drawing of the coat fella.
Oh
wow!
It's like it was like a little fun thing, but
there it is.
Oh, there it is, clear, beautiful.
Is it coming
in?
Yeah, really nice.
You gotta take a picture and put that.
We need a
true.
full res pic on Twitter sometime here.
I love the coat fella. I love all the Sweetfellas.
Next
You have to show it again when we join with the Sweetfellas team.
Yeah, I know.
That's awesome.
Next day was, but
yeah, definitely show again.
definitely.
So we have to, of course, talk about something that I am freaking out to hear about, which is CNFTCon and what y'all have been working on with NFTL lately.
So yeah, for the convention, we had this idea that we could actually provide all projects with merchandise, with Link merchandise. So yeah, what we're now offering for all projects, they can order hoodies, shirts, and caps with us, and they can link them to NFTs that are specially designed for the CNFT Con. And basically, the projects just send us the design they would like on the shirts, on the caps, on the hoodies, send us the specific NFTs that they want to be linked to the clothing, and then we do all the rest. We do the production, we do the shipping, and all you have to do is pick them up at the convention site and distribute them at your booth. That's basically that was the idea. It's super easy, yeah.
Yeah, I can say from experience when we worked with NFTL, they took care of everything. Like it was really nice not having to worry about all that so much for once. So I'm sure it would be nice and easy.
Maybe we can show it off a little bit. You want to show that tag? I know we kind of did it briefly, but
tags make. I feel pretty awesome when I'm going out and I'm like,
same. Even more like my playmates, such it.
So if we put the phone tag, it's not unlocked.
Maybe you have to unlock your phone, right? That's an issue. NFC is different on every phone.
Okay, and then it takes us boom to the page. Black hole sun,
cool.
Just like the shirt.
Nice.
I mean, how cool is that?
We're really advancing.
Over the top.
Yeah, it's a nice idea to give you a little bit more insight what we are working on, what we want to achieve in the next months, and White can give you a little bit input. What is his background, and then where he's working on, because he gives us support in some areas where we would never be able to achieve it. Brad, I think you can jump in and explain that.
Come on. Give yourself some credit. After like 5 years of learning, you'd be able to. Nah.
Yeah, right.
5 years.
Nah. First of all, before saying anything about myself, I just want to say thank you to these guys. The NFT-Link team. I mean, they've been at it for, I think it's been about a year now, Fabs, Filippo?
All right.
About a year,
year
give or
plus.
take.
Yeah.
And they have done incredible work so far. Like all these things you were talking about earlier, logistics and all that. That is no joke. And you know, they figured it out. It's insane, and it's an absolute honor to be working alongside them, to, you know, realize this larger vision of actually fully, you know, linking the NFCs and the NFTs. So I am Brat the Tat. Brad may not sound as nice, so you can also call me. Hey, you can also call me Senne. That's my real life name. I'm a 20-year-old guy from Belgium, and I study part-time business administration at my university. And the rest of the time, well, actually, most of the time, I'm mostly on Discord doing stuff. So I've became a bit of a hobbyist developer, and just self-taught myself a bunch of things. And it is precisely for these skills that NFT-Link thought I'd be a valuable asset to the team. And it's precisely these skills that I want to utilize to bring a bunch of cool new stuff to the project. And one of those things actually is what you were talking about earlier, where you mint the NFT, and then when you scan it again, it sends you to the pool.pm. That's actually the first contribution that I made to the project. And one of hopefully many to come. I've been also, I'm not sure if any of you know me, because I've been in the CNFT space for quite some time as well, since like March, April 2021. But first time on the show, so maybe a quick back.
Sounds familiar to me.
Yes. Well, the thing is, I'm not big on Twitter or socials or any of that. So you may have like just seen me in a bunch of places without actually having ever talked to me. But basically, I came into this space back when it was just, you know, all you had was the SpaceBuds Discord server. And a buddy of mine from university as well was playing around with the idea of, hey, let's start a new server that's open to all kinds of NFTs, not just SpaceBuds. And part of that was also offering an escrow service that, you know, was affordable for people, because back then it was, you know, not as easy. Like right now you have smart contracts, it's super fast, it's super secure, it's amazing. But back then it wasn't there yet. So I basically started out my journey in like starting the Cardano NFT server, which you may or may not know.
Yeah. Hell yeah. So that's how y'all connected.
Yeah, and that's where I know Fabs from. Like Fabs has been a team member in the Cardano NFT server basically since the beginning as well.
Holy crap! I remember that like forever ago. I think, did we talk like forever ago? Sorry,
I think we may have forever ago. I just, before joining this chat, I went on Discord and I looked at our DMs, but we don't have any. So I think we talked like inside the server.
It's pretty hard to find DMs back on Discord.
Control K, Command K, and then just search.
Damn self-taught developers out
here. But yeah, no, definitely a long time. And I mean, obviously I've been busy with university and all of that, so I haven't been able to fully accomplish the stuff in this space that I've wanted to yet. But I think things are heading in a nice direction now, and I'm like I said before, super excited to work with NFT-Link, and also that Cardano NFT server. The partner that I started with is leaving now, so I kind of took it in my own hands now, and I'm transitioning that into another tool space for the community as well, with things like you were talking about auction bots before and stuff. So that's one of the main areas that I'll be focusing on as well. But I don't want to talk about that too much because we're here for NFT-Link, obviously.
Well, we love a good backstory. You got to have the connecting tissue of the whole thing for sure.
Exactly. And just to add something, I think what we didn't just hook you up based on your skills or what we need in the NFT-Link team. I think a big part was because we made this connection very early, and it was so valuable to not just work together with you, but having chats, talks, etc. I think that's something I mentioned earlier in the space. You make friends all around the world, and what is living in another country we now switch our full language to English in our team as well, which is of course something which is different. But
Ich spreche nicht gut Deutsch.
I
Nein.
exactly.
Start.
I know 9. I know that one.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, but what's pretty important for us is working with friends and having this team spirit. And I think with Brad it works fine. So we never looked out for another dev or something like that. It just came naturally.
That's
I
the
just
way
wanted
that-
to add that.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Fabs.
That's the way it should. I mean, I just think that you're gonna have a better time if you do look at it that way, you know, and because you're having a better time, it'll just be better. I don't know. I think that people should look at it that way more often. I'm glad a lot of people do seem to here.
Yeah, around here, around
Yeah.
these parts.
Yeah.
Got a good outworks, I think.
Yeah. Whoa, do I see a skate deck?
Yeah, we were peeping on your Twitter page here. Let me pop the
Oh my
banner up
God.
and grill you on it.
Yeah, y'all have been.
Whoa.
I thought I was like up to date on everything.
Yeah,
Missed.
that's the only thing I don't recognize.
So what's the story here?
Yeah, that was actually just a little Easter egg that now is found for the first time, I think.
Oh,
I
Did we win?
I just
Did you get
I
one?
just put it there. I just put it there because in the future we will be working with people that doing amazing skateboard decks. And so I just put it. It's not actually the Sweetfell skateboard deck, but it was the only one that I had available as a mock-up at this point. So I thought I'm just gonna put it there. Maybe someone's gonna notice, and you did notice. It's actually really fun.
Great.
Got good eyes there. So how hardy are these NFC chips? You know, if you stick one on a skateboard, is it gonna survive?
Yeah,
The
they're
skateboard-
like the chips that we use. You can put them into chemicals. You can wash them. You can put them up to 180 degrees Celsius. I don't do
Yeah.
Fahrenheit, but it's a lot. It's like oven. It's like baking oven
140
temperature.
Fahrenheit.
No.
Yeah, it's like
180
when you
is
bake stuff in.
256 degrees.
Yeah.
Put it in the oven and cook it.
Exactly. It's like that. It's that sturdy. And there's also like pressure, but I don't remember the
You can
the
go diving.
kilograms.
You can put it in the oven, but don't try to eat it though.
Yeah, try to eat it. Well,
God
if,
damn it,
if
that's
you
what
if
I'm
you
gonna have
eat
for
it, you
lunch.
actually turn into an NFT yourself. So
Ooh, yeah, you could be
True.
scanned. You put it on
You
your
will
belt.
turn
and
into
you're like,
Avatar.
"Ooh." You know, that's pretty funny. I like this idea of like doing a series of videos where you push these things to the limit and they still work. I'd like to.
well, how was it?
Oh,
called?
yeah, yeah.
I
Like
don't believe
will
you.
it blend? Like
Will
will
it
it?
Oh,
blend?
yes.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
Put it in the oven. You
See
know,
if it still picks up. That might be a lot of
That'd
pressure
be
right
pretty
there.
cool.
A blender. Right?
NFC smoke.
I don't know if it would blend. That doesn't seem like it would
Yeah,
survive
that seems
that.
like one
The
thing.
blender might take it down. That's pretty cool, though. Yeah, I mean, when are we going to start? Like what we have here are.
I'm gonna want to buy way too many things at CNFT Con. Sorry.
Well, that's true. Yeah, let's start saving now. We have these mugs, these news mugs, and they're not NFTLs, of course, but we have a 3D NFT that we also give people when they get this mug. So it's almost an NFTL. There's just no L.
There's no.
There's a
L.
physical, there's a digital, but there's nothing in between, unfortunately.
Maybe we can do some news NFT.
Yeah, that'd be
That
hot.
would be really
That'd be rad
cool.
as hell.
well, let's link.
Yes, the
Definitely.
link is missing. Let's make
Yeah,
that
yeah,
happen.
yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, and I think having this link has way more features in the future. So having your community with your mug and a link in it, what I don't want to stress it, but I really like this feature. So maybe we can add features which come made to a mug or something like that with the next tools we try to develop.
Oh.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
yeah.
I mean, like we're already doing this now. I can't imagine what the future holds.
What would you
Oh,
do for a mug? How would you do a mug?
Yeah, that's a good question. Bottom.
You got any thoughts? Yeah, I guess we
Would-
could like print a QR code on the bottom or something.
Yeah, it needs to be with a chip. It needs to be the
I like
seamless
chips.
experience of just pulling your phone. We would probably hook up with a person or a company that makes mugs and have them put our chips inside the mugs.
That
Like
would
we
be
probably
really
have
cool.
to make them from scratch.
Yeah.
Oh,
So there are gonna be
Wow.
some classy mugs.
Well, before y'all will be doing mugs eventually, I'm sure.
Well, we're in line, so officially we're entering the
Yeah.
line for
That's
mugs.
right.
So whenever
That's
that
right.
comes along, let us know.
And everybody, this is just the alpha. This is just,
That's right.
you know,
This is
we're
just the
we're gonna
first
link.
version.
We're gonna link. Don't worry about it.
Oh damn, we are cruising through this interview, guys. We have like 3 minutes before y'all turn
Well-
into pumpkins.
Oh wow.
That is what
I have
happens.
a
Maybe 5, but you know we're getting there. What's up?
well, I think the first thing to point out quick is your art has a cool comment about turning them into virtual wearables too.
Oh,
Just wanted to point that out.
Oh,
But I also have a question too.
yeah, damn.
can you also turn them into virtual wearables? So for metaversal stuff, I imagine.
Yeah, that's a pretty good question, and we have one project coming up. I'm not sure if I can announce the name or details there. Basically, with the next release, you can buy NFT-linked physical items made in-game, and your character will also wear this physical item. So then it's a connection between
Whoa.
having that in a kind of metaverse state for your character. You buy it within this specific space, and you get the physical item, and that's the connection with NFT-Link. So
Nuts.
we are working in this direction, and there are other projects working into the direction. I don't want to tease it too much, but that's of course a nice connection at the end. You have the same physical piece, which you can also show with your avatar.
I think you teased it just enough because I already have some theories going on in my head.
Yeah, I know. I immediately had a
think
theory.
so.
But I won't
Wheels are
say it out
turning.
loud.
we
Save
don't
Tyler out.
talk about that.
Yeah.
Because if I say it out loud, then you'd have to react, and it would just be.
True. I know we're running out of time, but I have one more question I've been wanting to ask you guys. So with these NFTLs, you sometimes see them resold on the aftermarket, not with the physical. I actually just picked up one of the sweet fellas, the card things, but like the animated one. But how do you guys feel about like that happening? Do you guys have any thoughts on that? Like kind of
We're about to
separating.
solve that problem, which is another project that Brad is working on. We're actually working with JPEG Store together now to create a integration, and we'll have together with that a new claiming system that
Great.
allows people to actually sell them on the secondary market. And before I talk too much, because I have no idea how this works, Brad, just help me.
Turn it over to Brad.
Well, I mean, if I can say something about the claiming system, actually. So, one extra thing that we want to do, or that I would like to be working, or that I will be working on, actually, is a system where it is super seamless, where you can just mint an NFT, and then instantly that NFT becomes tradable on the markets, and that's what Filippo was talking about with the JPEG Store integration. Won't just be JPEG Store, it'll be any marketplace that wants to support it, obviously. But basically, you will be able to trade your NFTL right away as soon as you mint it. And it will show whether the physical item has already been claimed by someone, whether it's still in our warehouse or if someone actually already has a physical item. So you can sell it if you want to make a quick trade, like you can sell it already without having to take possession of the item. And you can also, take possession of the item, of course, when you want. So basically, you mint first. Minting is just one easy process like you're used to. And then all you'd have to do is you go to the NFT-Link website, you log in with your wallet, and you say like, hey, I want to claim the physical item. Here's my address, send it my way. And the physical item will arrive at your house within a reasonable time frame, of course. So that's one of the things there. Plenty more to come. I don't know how much I can share in this call.
It's tough to
Feel
know.
that.
Well, you guys have any more updates? We definitely want to hear about them. One other thought here. Q says that NFT picture frames are in the works.
Yeah.
NFTL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ken Adams is actually the first person that we're working with who is basically just getting our chips. So before we always produced and everything ourselves. Now we're just offering the service of having the pre-programmed chips sending them to artists, to companies. They can incorporate them into their artwork. And Ken is already doing an amazing job. Like, you should check out his Twitter page. I think he's soon going to upload a few pictures and videos of the first NFT-linked picture frame with our chip set inside the frame. So it's really exciting to be working with him.
He's so fun too.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
we played his video. He's got a lot going on. We love Ken. But I wonder, can we claim first on that? Because for Phantasmagoria, right?
Well, those are tagged. They're in the tags.
They were in the tags.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah,
Okay, I guess we can't.
True. Yeah, they get. Yeah. No, actually, you're right. You were the first ones. Yeah.
You were the first ones.
Sorry about that. You were the first for
early.
shirts.
What can I say?
Yeah, you're just the early birds. But you were the first for shirts, and Ken was the first for art.
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll let it go.
Yeah,
I didn't want to take it from you, Ken, but this is the news, okay? If it's accurate that we were first.
Scott's a real stickler, especially when it's in matters of that.
And just to add one thing, I think, like you, the community and everybody who requests something or discuss something with us helps us as well to bring it to the next level. So every team who has a crazy idea can reach out to us, brainstorm how we can support it, and we make it available somehow. And that's something I enjoy a lot, and the full team enjoys a lot. Finding the next step, works toward it. We are pretty flexible for that. So we are looking out what the community wants, what the feedback is. And for that, we go the next way. Like Tyler, you mentioned, hey, this after sales market, it's a bit bad. You cannot check if the NFT.
I didn't think it was
claimed.
bad.
But yeah, we can bring it up together on the next level that you can trade your unclaimed NFT and we store it for you until another one maybe claims it and receives the physical items. Things like that. It's a stepwise evolution. Building up together.
And if I can just put an open question out there, something that we've been trying to brainstorm and get our minds around is we can solve the problem of having the physical items stored in our warehouse, never ship them out to the customers in the first place. That's how we can guarantee the physical item is new and in pristine condition. However, if we send it out and then the NFTL is sold, how can we guarantee it in a more or less best ideal would be if it's kind of decentralized way of then evaluating the condition of the item without the person having it just sending us back to us. We say oh, it's condition 2 out of 3, and then we ship it further. There needs to be a way of making it kind of seamless without always needing to go back through us. So if anyone has some cool ideas, please reach out.
Logistics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do think that with CNFT Con and stuff, these kind of ideas might end up coming up, just that you don't expect. It's gonna be really cool to see it.
Yeah, may one word to the market. We know the markets are tough, crypto's tough, etc. We don't mind at all. So we have a pretty positive mindset. I went through that all at 2017, for example. It's all in waves, and for us, it really helps to slow down a bit, work on the background, bring it to the next steps. And we all know there will be a next better looking market. Crypto will do better again. And I think all these use cases like NFT-Link and also all other projects, they all build up to bring in new use cases and also connect the community and people who are not in the space yet coming into CNFTs and Cardano. And I think that's pretty valuable. So I hope all projects out there will not lose their positive mindset. I think it's completely normal. Markets are overheating and then it's refreshing.
Yeah.
And I think what comes out of this time is more value, new ideas, and a strong community. And then at the next stage, we all sit together and just have stories in our mind. And I think I just want to share something positive in this crazy.
Amen.
Yeah, because we're bonding during the time, and we're also when everything's going perfectly all the time or the way you want it to, the dynamic, interesting things don't happen as much. So you got to get pushed down a little bit to get it. Yeah, well said. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Getting me feeling good about it.
Well, we have kept y'all a little over time. Thank you for spending this time with us.
Thank you so much.
So
we
nice
really
to meet you,
appreciate
Brett.
it. Yeah,
You're
Brett,
awesome.
great to talk to you. I mean,
Nice to
we
meet
might
you
have
guys as
crossed
well.
paths, but now we definitely have. So,
Yeah, right. And y'all are gonna have a booth at CNFTCon too, right? Are y'all going? Yeah, you're going. Right?
Yeah, we may go to the NFT maker booth. We don't want to spend too much time on the booth thing because we want to spend more time on doing different things. So we don't have our own booth.
Right.
To
It
have
makes
more
sense.
time.
Yeah, we were debating it because we're not going to be able to be there too. But we're just going to have mannequins manning
cardboard
our booths,
cutouts of ourselves also, so it'll feel like we're there.
Yeah, to some extent. Awesome.
All right, y'all.
Can't wait.
We're gonna talk to you again, I'm sure. But thank you very much for coming this time.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Thank you for having
thanks
us.
again.
All right, bye. I'll tell you
Peace.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Oh, they look just like I left them last.
Yeah.
I didn't want to bring it, but I hope they didn't take that question about secondary sales wrong. What I meant.
Oh, no.
I think they were
That's
pissed.
A good, yeah.
No.
Pissed off.
I think that you're gonna have to rip up that beautiful drawing you made because it's over.
No, what I meant like more.
I said his damn name.
Like I feel bad for the people who are selling them. Like, why aren't you keeping your NFTLs and your NFTs together? Like, why sell them? You know what I mean? Like that's. I mean, I picked one up, so like, thank you to those people. But
right,
it's like,
yeah, it doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have a couple of potential discussion topics here for our hot topics.
Oh, do we?
So maybe we should take a look. Let's go now to hot topics.
I've got my magnifying glasses on. Just so you know, the hot topics segment opener is one of the rares.
Yeah, very rare segment opener.
It's got fire. It's got like a transparent sort of logo in the background.
Only played once a week, not twice.
Yeah,
so rare. So here we go. The CNFT community will be more united when this is no longer a reason to laugh. 140 ADA, which was the profit made after taxes, can make a lot of difference in many people's lives, and no one else has anything to do with it. So what this is referring to is a Spacebud purchase, which was bought and then resold for a profit of 140 ADA. So it just seems maybe silly to make trades like that, the kind of micro profit trades compared to the overall cost of the item. But people do it with tokens all the time. People do it with crypto all the time. Here it is now with a Spacebud. How do we feel about this?
You know, I mean, I don't feel like I have room to say what someone, if it's not becoming a problem where it's like blocking up the chain or something, then I feel like people, you know, need to, it's hard out there. It's hard out there. And people need to be able to make money. And if you know, I feel neutral about it.
First, David King comes in and says, if someone's risking 6,400 to make 140, it probably doesn't make a big difference in their life. Or they're just completely degenerate, I guess, if they're just trying to gamble all the time. Maybe they were just bored. They thought they could make it happen. Soup and Sando has mentioned that these were bought and sold within 1 hour of one another. So it was pretty quick. Pretty quick turnaround there.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's, yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting question. You know, we don't have the hottest topics today for discussion, but, you know.
That is interesting.
Here's another tweet from Faha on this topic. He says, I've said countless times that the whole diamond hands versus paper hands rhetoric is built on a paradox when the market is literally made up of buyers and sellers. It's just amusing to see different kinds of trades. This one was literally back to back on the Space Buds feed. That's why he posted it. Yeah, I mean, no judgment, whatever. You do what you do. But it is funny, amusing, I think.
But like $140 would be a lot to make on another trade.
140 ADA.
Yeah. Oh,
Let's
you're right.
not forget
You're right.
where we are right now.
You're right.
We all wish that it was $140.
Yeah. You're right.
Less than $70 is the answer. So that's a hot
Very
topic.
Interesting.
Another one. Now this isn't as hot as it is
new.
This is very new. It's very secret, and it's something that not a lot of people are aware of. So take a look at this very hot video that.
Yes, super hot.
This is from the project Facility 7, which you may be aware we're working on over here. That's our game. So check this out, friends.
Welcome, agents. This is a top secret red alert. It's an emergency, but don't tell anyone. Someone has breached the security of the agency. They have broken into our most secret files, and they have declassified files which ought to have remained classified. Do not look at these files. Do not, under any circumstances, follow the trail left by the hacker known as Hyperion. Data tokens were recently distributed to our most loyal agents, our codebreakers. Unbeknownst to us, a carrier signal was piggybacked on the data wave and advised. Do not examine the metadata of the token. Do not attempt to decode the carrier signal. Do not attempt to find the pool PM link of the token. Do not go to our Discord channel and access the secret room that I can't seem to get into, no matter how hard I try, and no matter how many millions of taxpayer dollars my ass and everyone at the agency's ass is on the line. And also your asses by extension.
That was amazing. Wow.
The creepy children shushing are my favorite. I think they really.
Those are actually creepy adults. Fun fact.
Whatever. They're young adults.
So we had a little. We finally distributed our data tokens for our Facility 7 project. We're still in the very, very early phases. This is kind of a treasure hunt. There is some one-of-one NFTs on sale at the end of it, but you have to find them. So good luck, because there's not a whole lot of hints out there. But if you go to the Discord or check out a data token,
you can work together.
I thought we were not supposed to do that.
Some people.
Well, the agency doesn't want you to do that.
I know.
They're a little stuck up.
Stick up
No, that video was amazing. Did you guys post that on Twitter and stuff? Or?
Yes. Very put that up this
awesome.
morning. Happy about that one. Ken, yes, going back to this, says $70 in an hour is not a bad day. That's not wrong.
Fair. Yeah,
maybe if you had to put up, $3,000 to make that
true.
70, it might feel a little.
All that reminds me of. Have you guys played RuneScape? I feel like I brought it up before. Like the Grand Exchange, where it's like the big exchange, like big central exchange. Like everyone like flips things there. Like they'll buy like resources, and then like I do it sometimes too. You'll spend like 1,000,000 coins on resources and get like 1,000. Oh, I almost said ADA, 1,000 whatever coins.
Same as the World of Warcraft auction house.
That's what I was thinking of.
I went ham on that. I've spent so many hours in the auction house on WoW.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta have money to make money.
It's true, but of course it's not actual money. But then people think
it kind of
is kind of funny money too, right?
I mean, people buy RuneScape, and I'm sure World of Warcraft gold for money. I'm sure. I know they do for RuneScape.
Yeah, they do, definitely.
Yeah, I remember a little anecdote. Back in high school, I was playing World of Warcraft a lot with a clan, and I sold some gold. Yes, it was illegal, but it was like 140 gold for like $100 or something.
Damn.
Which was like just to tell you, like gold is not worth that much anymore. Back in the day, though.
Well, there you go.
The max level was 60. Okay, this is on the original game. I spent a while playing World of Warcraft. Oh, memories. That was fun. I remember their names, the guildmates from back then.
Really? That's like,
Angrinus and Dead Cam. That's right. They were a couple, as I recall.
Aw.
And yeah.
The family that plays
Uh-huh.
together stays
And
together.
one of them bought the gold to give to the other one for like as a gift,
anniversary
as a
gift.
Yeah, pretty funny. Yes, a little degen action there. Thank you. You're
That was your early training.
true.
got me early.
Yeah.
It's not wrong.
Yeah.
It's not wrong.
No, it's not.
I've always waited until I could do something like the World of Warcraft auction house, but in real life, and that's NFTs.
I
We're
know.
doing it now. It's
Yeah.
like
True.
I feel very much at home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, let's drop it like it's hot.
Drop. You
Oh,
gotta,
you have to point down though.
oh
for
yeah,
this
yeah.
one.
Make sure you.
Word.
We've been disconnecting today, so we got to be extra finicky about how we do the gestures, or else.
True.
Or else.
We
Yeah.
did forget about the clay paper. Maybe we do like a quick.
Oh well, that
thing.
could be. Yeah, we could talk about it in the drops here. But first, we
Oh,
have
right.
our sponsor. What?
Oh yeah. Well, I was just gonna say, and if you're enjoying the show, you should like and subscribe. Come on down to the like button, subscribe, have a drink, have a cup, leave a comment. Whatever.
Yes.
Say what's up.
Press like, get drunk. Is that what you're?
Yeah.
Is that what? Okay.
It's gonna come from the ceiling into your mouth.
All right, so I just dropped a link to that video if y'all want to check it out, and I don't know, retweet it or something. But let's look now at our sponsor. That's right, we have a lovely sponsor. Springboard is sponsoring us for this week. They've got a drop coming right up. They're minting their fan art series on June 22nd. It's 40-ish unique pieces, all one-of-ones, inspired by 25 different projects. The total supply is somewhere around 750 or 800. They're nailing it down still. But artists,
some awesome artists.
That's right, artists such as Studio Kfez, NFTY-, Morg's creator, War 9A, It's Udon as well. So
Wow,
some really
some
cool
of these
stuff.
are really cool.
Yeah, and there's some info here that I will read to you. And we also have a sneak peek at something that has never been seen before. So we're
And
going to reveal one of these art pieces
I
here.
remember when we went to the summit, we got some Silver Slug springboard pins. That we gave
Yeah,
out.
true.
People really like.
Springboard. We were plugged in with them from the early days. The project is under new management at this point, but continues with the same mission of onboarding people into CNFTs and giving them a springboard to find success. And so this project is it's kind of a fan project. It's called A Tribute to Springboard, and like I said, there's no roadmap or anything. It's just a tribute. Is just for fun, but it's also to raise money for this organization, which it's good. It's a positive place. So let's see. I want to make sure I'm not losing anything. So they've been sharing sneak peeks of the art every few days on their Twitter page, but we've got a very special sneak peek. This is a piece of artwork done by War 9A that has never been seen before. So feast your eyes upon the drunk monkey. I named it. I don't think it's actually called the drunk monkey, but some very cool artwork here. I'm just going to look at it. Yeah, it is a drunk monkey, though. I'm not too far off. Cigars are going around, everyone's smoking cigars. Cardania is talking about cigars. Charles posting cats with cigars. We got a monkey smoking a cigar. What's with these cigars? Nobody? Well, we'll just,
I don't know.
That's fine.
These pieces are sick though.
Yes.
Even the Coco Loco one is pretty dope.
Yeah, here. Oh my. That's vaguely threatening, but I think that's fair because of the what's up.
Definitely.
Coco Loco. So yeah, please check out Springboard. That drop is coming up. Oh, is there some more?
Yeah, that one's a K-Fez one. Oh, yeah, I was just looking through them.
No, it's good. We should show these off. I like that.
Yeah, they're super cool.
Stuff.
Definitely K-Fez. Oh, yeah.
Check it out. We'll be talking about this again. Yep, there it is. Talking about them again on Monday, as they are a sponsor for this week, I think. It's coming up for their coming up to their drop. So very cool. Thank you for your support, y'all. But there's a lot of projects featured. So the idea is that, there's actually really specific info in here. Okay, I'm trying to pulling the info. I don't want to miss anything, but the minting is June 22nd at 7 p.m. UTC, and there'll be 25 ADA each. And the total supply has been determined, and it is 779 total pieces.
So awesome.
And the featured projects include Space Buds, Goat Tribes, Cardano Trees, Black Owls, Yummy, Coco Loco, Cardano
Sushi
Robin,
Bites.
Derp Bird, Sushi Bites, Rats Dow, Puffy Bot,
Bitbangs.
Faha, blah, 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 blah. They got a lot of amazing projects here, people. I mean, this list is too long to read on air.
Yeah.
That's how cool it
it's
is.
all full of amazing people.
Yeah. All right. Well, now we should probably talk about the clay paper, huh? Because it's not technically a drop, but they
Let's
did
get
drop
molded.
the clay paper, which is like a drop.
Yeah.
So we're talking about it during the drop
Especially
segment.
when it's clay.
Exactly. Yeah. So they get to get in here. So there's some very cool artwork.
Chica.
As always, the artwork is so sick.
I know. She's amazing.
Maybe we can trade off reading segments.
Yeah,
here.
that's a good idea.
I'll start us off.
Cool.
The Claymates released version 3 of the clay paper. The clay paper has been made available on Gitbook to make updating it easier. Go read the clay paper for the full update, but we will cover some of the newest additions to the paper here. We'll also be posting this as an article on our website for more easy reading.
Mm-hmm.
To start, the vision for Clay Nation is to develop an expansive virtual environment with a festival atmosphere, built on and molded together with the community. Longer term, they plan for Clay Nation to open its doors to both Clay NFT and guest pass holders for virtual and physical arts and culture events.
Cool.
Good Charlotte Clay holders can expect their 3D models to be accessible by mid-July.
Wow.
The 3D models for the OG Clay Nation collections have been available for a bit now.
The Stand. No more Winnie the Pooh 3D clays. Holders will be able to dress their clay character with trousers that complement their upper body clothing. At a later date, the Stand, matching trousers NFT, will be redeemable with clay token. Having a matched trouser NFT in the same wallet as your clays will unlock access to a fully clothed 3D model.
Fun.
Wow.
Next up, we have the Clay Space. So the Clay Space will be a dedicated marketplace for all things clay. You can buy and sell your avatars, pitches, and additional wearables. You'll be able to set your own prices in ADA or in the Clay token. You can also track ongoing community voting. They will also be able to allow you to list your own 3D assets that meet their specific specifications. And there's no details about it yet. But they will be building. There will be a custom builder tool for you to build inside the Clay Nation.
Damn, maybe people will pay Tyler to make things.
I mean, honestly, I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, this is great. Yeah. Very cool. Rakudio. Rakudio.
You got it, Scotty.
I know how to pronounce that
Scotty
word.
Chest.
Rakudio will be home to exclusive bonus content that can be unlocked with the Clay token. Envision releases from influential or new artists paired with ownership on an easy-to-use in-game application and virtual environment.
They're blowing my mind. Clay token. So, here are some details about the Clay token. Clay token max supply is 2.5 billion. Clay token will be integrated into circulation gradually over a number of years to encourage growth built on sustainable foundations and in a way that benefits the Clay community and strong development of Clay Nation. There will be no public sale of Clay token. Once launched, Clay will be listed on popular dexes such as MinSwap and MuesliSwap. That's cool. It sounds like how Pixels is doing it too.
Yeah.
So for holder allocation is expressed in a daily Clay reward or DCR and a yearly Clay reward YCR. To simplify it, we'll be covering just the yearly Clay rewards. So OG Clays will be earning about 7,717 Clays
Nice.
tokens. but there is a difference, I guess, between the color of your clay. So that's what the normal colored clays will be earning. Green colored clays will be earning about 8,000 clay tokens, and blue clays will be earning about 8,050 clay tokens. Good Charlotte clays will be earning about 3,712 clay, and red Good Charlotte will be earning about 3,850 clays, and pumpkins / hidden Good Charlottes will be earning about 3,943 clay tokens.
Right. Not that big of a difference, but we are talking over a full year here.
Definitely. Holders from all other Claymates collections, including Clay Buds, Claymate Season 1 and 2, including a bunch of other things, will be receiving a biannual airdrop for a minimum of 3 years. And actually, I'm pretty sure all these allocations are for 3 years. For a minimum of 3 years. In the next year, in the first year, all other besides like the Clay Nation and the Good Charlotte ones will be earning about 1,250 clay tokens total, and that's per year. In addition to all of this, the holders of the Sonic Village, Underworld, and Big Nation pitches will be receiving about 5,000 clay tokens per the plots that they own. So just raking in,
The flood of eyeballs.
I know. Yeah. Give me more eyeballs.
This next part is super cool. Yeah.
So each clay and Good Charlotte clay accumulates unbaked clay token rewards daily. In order to claim the clay token associated with an NFT, the holder must proceed with 2 key steps. Participate in a vote for the Clay Nation ecosystem, then initiate a 2-week baking period in order to receive your full allocation of clay token. Your assets are not locked and will stay in your wallet during the baking period. If the holder chooses to end the baking period early, the holder will only receive a percentage of the accumulated clay. You only have to initiate the baking if you want to claim the clay tokens you've accumulated. You can choose to not claim any token and allow the tokens to accumulate for the longest period of time. Not sure how long that is. Could be years. We're going to say 3 years, just because everything else is 3 years. Doing so will earn you additional rewards if you wait on it. The claiming process for clay token will feature in a new section of their website. They plan to make the baking and voting processes accessible using all types of wallets, including hardware or non-DApp compatible wallets. The site will include an asset search function to check an NFT's potential claimable clay token amount.
Damn, that's awesome. It's cool that they're gonna give like an incentive to vote, and that's cool.
Yeah,
So,
I think that makes
staking. Soon, staking with Claypool will give additional benefits in terms of clay token accrual to delegators. By staking a minimum of 100 ADA, you will receive clay in proportion to the amount of ADA you have staked. The closer the stake pool gets to saturation, the higher the overall clay rewards will be. You don't need to hold a clay NFT to be eligible for clay rewards, but if you are a delegator and you hold either clay token or have unclaimed clay attached to an NFT in the same wallet, you will be rewarded with additional clay. Get some clay,
cool.
you make more clay. When clay makes clay, you know?
That's what I've heard.
That's cool. So for merch, some limited edition Bake Nation merchandise will be available later this year. The 2 designs in the collection will be limited to 500 pieces and available to Bake Nation plot holders only. They hope this release is made available for purchase with clay tokens. So that'd be cool.
That'd be cool. Now our final segment here is M&M. What? So you can see here, someone inspected the cover art for the clay paper and discovered M&M written on one of the records right next to the one labeled Snoop Dogg, leading to some speculation about something happening with M&M. But the Claymates were soon to shut it down. They responded by stating, "We love the enthusiasm, but this is really just part of our clay record collection for illustrative purposes at the time. We will remove from the updated illustration to avoid confusion." And
That's funny.
There you have it.
That's funny.
Not happening.
Hey, it was
yet.
it was a good eye. It was a good
Yeah.
good
Hey,
eye.
it could happen.
Mhm.
It could happen.
I mean, shit, anything could happen.
Yeah.
Gotta know.
All right, so that's a little bit of
No, don't take that call. Don't
No.
take that
Mr.
call.
Pistachio.
Mr.
was calling, but
Pistachio?
We're just
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
say no.
Oh, you guys are gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, well, whatever.
You don't answer when he calls, because if you do, then he says all that, but you're
That's
live
true. That
listening
is
to
true.
it.
Then you have to
say,
respond to it. Having to respond to it is definitely worse, because a lot of times he will just forget about it.
He
but
forgets that you're
sometimes-
even there. Sometimes he
Well,
just keeps going.
But
Takes his
sometimes
voicemail.
he will forget about the threat he made for you, and your best hope is to just
Oh.
see if he forgot about it, because he might just give you a business opportunity the next
That's
time.
right.
True.
You just don't want to follow up. You don't want to follow up. Don't engage.
Question from the audience. Crawford Fortune says, "You get your marble, Tyler?"
I did in fact get a marble.
It
I'm
happened.
sad. I traded a Cardano prismatic for it, so it was a sad day, but a happy day at the same time because.
But you
Number
won that
13.
prismatic.
True.
That's right.
Yeah.
You won the prismatic in a race at marbles. So basically, you won a marble. It just took a few extra
True.
steps.
Yeah.
That's
True.
That's
That is a good point.
But yeah, it was number 13, which is
Our neighbor.
Yeah, right next to you guys, and it was really cool too.
To be.
Yeah. The cool thing was the person I traded it with was like a big Cardania collector, and if anyone knows me, I'm a big Aeon collector, so it was like a perfect trade.
Totally.
Yeah.
You know, it went to a home where it will be loved.
Exactly. You know, that's what's important, honestly. Like,
If you're gonna
do
make
you guys ever like check on like? I'm weird at my NFTs. I'm too sentimental. Like, I like look up old NFTs that I sold and like make sure that they're like in a loving wallet and not like on some marketplace.
It was
I've
an
never done that.
Aeon. In certain situations, I would. In certain situations,
Oh
I
yeah,
would.
yeah, important things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Most situations, I
yeah.
would.
Dead pixels I have to sell. I'm like, I hope they're doing okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
goes. So
I trust the community. They're pretty good though.
Yeah.
So that's one thing at least.
all right, so we're going now to some more drops here. We're looking at Mysterious Misadventures of Molly.
Lunarfall presents Mysterious Misadventures of Molly and Mordecai, and I love a good alliteration, so I'm interested. I'm
Yeah,
interested.
Let's see what this is looking like.
Worlds Within. Interesting. Lunarfall is a game development company with a gameplay first mentality. The team has over 40 years combined experience. They're collaborating with Defungify and Worlds Within to integrate Cardano NFTs into the ecosystem of their game. Wow. The game is a single player
This is
action
the game?
adventure.
What?
It's amazing.
All these games are dropping at once.
Yeah.
I know.
First it was staking, now
You
it's
know,
games.
we could take credit for it for the conversation we had last week. Saying that we needed more games here. Everyone was watching. They were like, you know what? We do need more games here.
And then they whipped
And then
this
they
up.
said, you know what? Since the news team said it, I think we should.
Looks like it's live. 500 ADA. Damn.
So that's how the game is 500 ADA.
I don't know.
Well,
I
let me
just
get
went to
there.
the
Let me get
website.
there.
Oh,
and
sorry,
I
The
found
game
it.
is a single player action adventure with 24 to 25 hours of gameplay. Single player action. On purchase of the NFT, you will receive access to the limited collector's edition of the game, the main character's FBX files, and the full soundtrack. Users will be able to play the Mysterious Misadventures of Molly and Mordecai on a Windows PC when they buy the NFT. A different version of this game will be released on other gaming platforms at a later date. About the game. One fateful Halloween night, Molly falls into the clutches of the wizard, a tortured man of magic that has twisted a once beautiful estate into a realm of madness. She must use her wits to escape, but she's not alone. Teaming up with another captive named Mordecai, the young duo must work together to achieve the ultimate goal, escape the estate and undo the magic that has cursed them both. The single-player experience for PC introduces a unique world with thrilling challenges that requires the player to use both Molly and Mordecai to traverse the twisted estate from towering heights of the attic to the shivering cold of the basement. Both will have to lean on each other's strengths to overcome the madness of the wizard's creations. As a player, you'll use specialized skills to solve twisted puzzles, fight and defeat a legion of the stuffed, and craft and hone your skills with alchemy to become more dangerous and powerful. So, Will says that finding any info on this drop made him feel like a true forensic investigator. He has no idea at the moment what the NFTs even look like, but it's very exciting to hear about a fully built and ready to go game. It's just that the rollout seems a little disorganized at this point.
It's also kind of expensive for a game.
Yeah.
But,
I
most
am-
NFTs have no utility
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
So, and they sell for a lot more sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm okay.
It's just hard to have that money right now.
It's a tough time. I'd like
Mhm.
to. I'd like to investigate this.
And
one,
the drop went live today at 12 p.m. UTC. 500 ADA, 6,500 available.
Well, that's pretty cool. Like to follow that along. And if anybody out there buys that, please let us know.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear about what you think.
Definitely. Here we
All right.
go.
We're gonna do
Coming
a
up
cult
tomorrow.
archives. Can you believe it?
Yeah, it's time for the next.
Look at this crazy vampire.
That's what I have. An Overlord.
Overlord. That's
The king.
You must spawn more overlords. StarCraft 2, anyone? 1? Nova?
Nah.
Okay, so Overlord, okay. Occult Archives, Chapter 1.5.
Woo!
The Occult Archive Chapter 1.5 has Overlord, 3D Overlords involved. There's 100 unique one-of-one 3D Overlords, and they are available to current holders only for 50 ADA. All of these contain remixed stems of the Vampire theme song for your use.
That sounds banger.
If you mint a golden Overlord, you can commission a piece of art from Billy Martin
Anything you want.
for free.
Yeah, he was telling us about
Yeah, I
how he's
remember hearing
going to
that.
do that cool stuff.
In addition to the 3D
Customization.
Overlords, 120 new NFTs featuring new characters will be added to the Vampire collection. They are available for 75 ADA. New characters include Vitrol the Hunter, who is looking
Ooh.
pretty nice. He's got
He's
some tights or
cute.
something. You gotta wear tights when you're hunting vampires.
That's right.
True.
Have that clingy material.
Yeah, you don't need them grabbing onto you.
Mm-mm.
Lord Barthus. Wow,
He ain't playing.
this guy is a powerful man. And the Mage Vampire.
Ooh, she's so
Spooky.
cool.
More
I
tights.
like her. She's got Mardi Gras potions.
That's right. Yeah, if you drink all of them,
You can have a party.
well, actually, I've been waiting for an excuse to play some more of this. So,
do
you
it.
drink all of them, and this is what you get:
This
some
is what
footage from Mardi
happens.
Gras 2021 that we took. And that's enough of that.
So much fun.
But oh man, Saint Anne, good stuff.
One day we'll have Cardano all there together.
Yeah, one day we'll do a Cardano Mardi Gras. So anyways, all of these characters will include the newly remastered version of the vampire theme. The drop date is tomorrow, Friday, June 17th. Whitelist at 7 p.m. UTC, that's 12 p.m. Pacific, and public at 9 p.m. UTC, which is 2 p.m. Pacific. Hooray.
Hell yes.
Stoned apples.
I want one of them made
Owned
vampires.
apples.
Yeah, mage vampires look rad.
Oh yeah, this is Fruit Fight Club.
Yeah.
I've been
Look
hearing
at some
Big
of
Joe
these
talk about
some of these
this.
apples.
Listen. Big Joe was saying that this artist is one of the artists that made one of the Martin NFTs.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
cool.
These are
So fruit.
wild.
Yeah, they are. The art is cool. So Fruit Fight Club is a collaboration with Cardano Stoners Club that will be releasing, and will be releasing 4,020 limited edition stoned apples with unique attributes and props. These are dropping tomorrow at 4:20 UTC. There will be 4,200 NFTs available, and for 45 ADA each. They really missed the opportunity to make that 42 ADA each.
Yeah, they really did.
Everything else, but no, I mean, awesome project. These look super cool.
Season
And
1
it
is
said
sold
artist
out.
is named Timothy Shaw. I saw that on there.
Q4, we got Bad Bananas coming, so clearly
I
a
want an
project
orange.
with plans.
I want an orange.
OG oranges have sold out.
Oh, they're gone.
Yes, but they are available on JPEG Store. Let's check out the floor.
Yeah.
64 floor if you want an OG orange. The
I want one of
cheapest
them
one is
soap ones.
covered in mold. Oh, let me show you one. There we go. If you want a moldy old orange, 64 ADA.
I want that one that's got the fists and the soap.
65 if you're ready to
or
spring
actually,
an extra ADA.
This one.
Ooh, look at this guy.
With the
He's
orange
drinking
juice,
his own juice. That's
no,
sick.
no. I needed to have the soap, so gotta have the soap. So maybe the gladiator. That seems cool.
Wow, it really ramps up price wise.
Yeah.
The floor is a little thin. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, check that out. Very cool.
No.
Let's go now to Ash and Trey, this webcomic series we've been following. So this is the latest edition. This is number 7.
We all like number 7.
Yeah, 07. That is my favorite sort of O. So Ash and Trey so this is the plot as it continues. Ash and Trey is now
They're
a
all
successful show.
Oh my God. I never thought I'd see the day when they were dressed up.
That's right. Successful show with a great following base. They're very excited with the new set and their new outfits are ready to rock and roll. They prepared their jokes. They know their audience and now they decided to give them what they want. A taste of success and another cigar. They're
awesome.
Rampant. All right, let's see. Collector's edition is 40 ADA and available right now, 100 numbered units, and the regular edition is 10 ADA. There'll be 1,000 copies of those.
You know, they remind me of the Mitchell and Webb snooker people a little bit.
That's a badness.
Yeah.
All right, now we were talking about this earlier. Now you get to see it. K-Fez.
Yeah,
zombie,
I was just looking at them.
mermaids.
Holy moly. They're so cool.
I'm putting an offer in. I gotta put an offer in.
They're up. I don't know.
You can see how much.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, good for her. I'm very glad.
Yeah, I'm so glad.
Oh, never mind. Sorry. Top. Okay, I thought the listing price was. I was tripping.
Yeah, I see that. They say 500.
Yeah, she said put any offer in. Like I was like.
Oh, you make an offer and then yeah. So the top offer is 300 there.
All right.
And this one is 250.
So K-Fez is one of the news team's favorite artists. She is our only collab on a Stella Card to date. And she has 3 zombie mermaids available on JPEG Store, accepting offers until 6 p.m. Eastern on Friday, tomorrow. Or you can swoop in and purchase one off top for 500 ADA. The lowest offer currently is 250 ADA, and the highest is 300 ADA.
That's cool.
That's still accurate. So they may have hit where they're hitting. So if you want one, it seems like you might be able to jump on it.
True.
Cool as hell.
Let's take a look at
Maori
Mask. Yes.
So
right, Tyler, what do you got?
Maori Masks is an art project inspired by handcrafted masks from ancient history. There will be 250 unique Maori masks available tomorrow, Friday, June 17th. Available for whitelist at 2130 UTC, and then a public sale at 22 UTC with the mint price of 150 ADA.
Cool, I like how they're glowy.
Yeah, they got some vibes. Very cool. What's our last official project to share? I did want to pop up these cool documents for Facility 7. A little bit of self promo, but hey, that's what's
end
at the end of the show. Give me a chance here. In the show shill, exactly. So 8 of the 21 one-of-one documents have been sold. You can get a preview of them. So there's 3 document sets. Each one is the same document in different stages of redaction, damage, photocopying, basically alterations. So if you're lucky, you'll pull an original. Nobody has pulled an original.
Without
that's
any
number
redactions.
1. So they go from 1, they're numbered 1 to 7, and 7 is the most fucked up, and 1 is the most pure.
Some are whited
out. That's a sick concept.
So yeah, there's there's whiteout ones, but there's secret codes.
There's
especially
stains
in this
everywhere.
one, the Wonderland code page contains it contains a couple secret codes, but there's a long-term treasure hunt thing going on, and there will be code words to be found throughout this entire process, and probably like 5 of them, or maybe even 7 are out there right now. I think like only a few have been found. You have to dig. This is a long-term thing. We're gonna be at this for a
But
few
it'll
months.
be a really badass reward at the end of it.
Yes, we don't want to say too much about it, other
Yeah.
than it will allow you to access the Facility 7 vault.
Ooh.
Yes, that's coming. So very excited. These were just so much fun to make.
Yeah, they look really fun to make.
I like this a lot. And now, I mean, and learning how to like make shit look photocopied, that was awesome. I've never really done that.
And we plan on doing like a lot more with documents, so it's really cool to just get started with that.
We're planning. This is in an ideal world. There'll be a whole drop. There's a shitload of like 100 documents or more.
Memos,
all different,
everything.
Basically, like a declassification dump that like,
and it'd be cheap,
like the
they'll
Panama
be cheap.
Papers. You get like all this information that's just kind of dumped, and some of it's useful, some of it's crap. But
you
some
never
of it's
know. You
very
might
useful.
find something.
Yeah.
Find something useful on the lunch menu that day.
Exactly, and there'll be some utility for certain ones. Like, oh, if you mint that one, then you get this other thing.
And we have like pop culture, like little Easter eggs in there from shows we like
deep
yeah,
Easter eggs.
deep reference.
There's no way that anyone will get.
That's true. Yeah. Don't even try. Don't even try to get that if you get it accidentally.
We're not there yet.
Yeah.
And basically, when we're watching shows, anytime we see a document on screen, we're like, "What's that?"
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we'll put something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, shipping manifest.
Or if they're talking about a document.
I like shipping manifest. What kind of shit's in there? Oh, Nakwita missiles. Great. We'll put
uranium.
We'll throw that in.
All right. Is it? Yeah, totally.
Oh man, I had a lot of fun with this. But
we've been watching a lot of Burn Notice.
Yes, a lot. Burn Notice is really good.
Yeah, it is.
I was really surprised. I really like that show.
Really?
Yeah. And featuring
Sam Axe of
Sam
Evil
Axe,
Dead.
of course.
Ash.
Ash from Evil Dead, who is Bruce Campbell, who I was a big fan of, but after watching Burn Notice, I think he's like I was already a super fan of Bruce Campbell, but now I'm even more of one. If you can even imagine it. We're getting off topic. It's all over. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I just found something and it reminded me of something else, but I just found this thing. A K-Fez of Abe.
God.
That's really well done. That looks just like him.
Just like him.
Right?
What? This is something I need.
Oh, he's got your necklace. Alyssa wore this necklace for years. Oh, she's still wearing it.
Put it back on.
Oh shit! Wow.
Me and Abe are right here.
He's wearing my necklace too, actually.
You got that chain.
Yeah.
He's got both.
You gotta get the middle one, Scott.
I've got a tie.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
got
a different kind of necklace.
He's wearing it underneath. He's wearing it underneath his shirt.
Ballo.
Bye, Ballo.
Thank you for coming.
Ballo got an interesting voicemail. I know that much.
Ballo's profile picture is so badass.
Did you listen to that one, Ballo?
Ballo is at the end of the alphabet, so it's like that's when Mr. Pistachio was really drunk. So that's what I know. Cool.
I know one last thing that this reminded me of for Abe is I know Abe is auctioning off a bunch of his NFTs in a big collection in the Stoners Club. So
when?
If anyone's, I want to say this weekend. He messaged me about it before. He's like, if you can like share it. But he like all like old NFT like daily like OG like Daily Dose. I forget the other ones, but if anyone's interested.
Yeah, Vala, I think you do. Yeah.
Yeah, Vala, you definitely do. This is a good one. Yours is the longest one.
Honestly, I think this is my favorite. Yeah. This is definitely, I think, the coolest airdrop from CNFTnews yet. I think we've had really cool ones, but I love how personalized it is.
And every one of these, except one of them, which we had to do some editing, everyone was straight through. I
did three failed artists, but other than that, they were all.
Did you like
all first cut?
Did you write it down or was it just out?
No. There was
wow.
I just know Mr. Pistachio really well, so it wasn't. It just he's in He's in all of our brains.
Well, to us, Mr. Pistachio is a symbol of all
everything,
the rich
everything
assholes,
wrong.
all the bosses you've had who were pieces of shit,
Your
all the
parents.
billionaires who won't help the world when they could.
Yeah.
And so you just let that anger come out
Yeah.
in a mocking sort of way,
Mhm.
And that's Mr. Pistachio.
poof.
Yeah.
That's right. Summons materializes.
It worked pretty well. Yes, Valo, definitely check that out. It's in your wallet. Thank you for
Cool.
being a longtime supporter of the show,
Yes,
Valo.
thank you.
Yeah, we're really grateful to all of you guys. Like,
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
Totally.
Definitely. All right. Well, that's been the CNFT news for the day. We've got Turf coming on Monday, and next week we got Cypher Kicks and a very special guest, Nema Alessandro.
The coolest guy
Wait,
in the
Cypher
whole
Kicks is
space.
coming. All right, we gotta talk. Is
No.
Cypher Kicks coming on Thursday too? Or
Well, that's what it says here on my sheet.
I think that's what they got.
Did you want the
rescheduled as.
whole thing just for Alessandro?
that's what I was thinking. That's what I was telling him it was gonna be. We'll
Well,
talk about it after
You
the
might be
show.
able to work. We
We'll have to,
can maybe work something
to
out.
take a look.
I mean,
at,
I don't know if it has to be. Maybe it doesn't have to be, but we didn't have anyone scheduled that day, so I was like, oh, it'll be an Alessandro day then. When I scheduled
Well,
them.
we could always just do a lighter show and
Sure.
focus on
That's true. Yeah.
some of these
Yeah.
interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So yeah, we got all sorts of fun stuff coming up. We got Big Joe coming on the week
I
after
can't
that.
wait.
Yes.
It's happening, friends. So we're very
Wolves of
excited
Rome right
to be
before
on
they
this
drop.
journey with you. And we'll see you next time for
Damn right.
PNS Studios and the CNFT News team. I'm Scott Chestnut.
I'm Summer Horsegrave.
And I'm with Spaces.